Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today we're going to be doing my July update for the Pan That Imprint Project Pan. This is a project that was created by Eleanor Pan. She is over on Instagram. I will make sure to have her linked in the description box below. So I hope you'll go check out her page and give her a follow because she has just a lot of really great content on there. And I feel like the concept of this project is so deceptively simple. I say deceptively because if you've been following this project, it's just not as easy as it sounds. So essentially what we're doing is we are choosing products in our collection that have overspray or embossing or raised designs or whatever the case may be, and we're just trying to wear them away. We're not trying to hit pan, we're not trying to finish it up, just wear away that pattern. And you guys, it is not as easy as it sounds. So before I get into the update, let's talk a little bit about my makeup today and the fact that it is brought to you by WTF Were You Thinking? I have been practicing my winged liner game and I thought I was ready today and I was not. If you have done winged liner before, you know that once you start, you are committed. You are committed, you are not washing it off and starting over unless you want to redo everything, and I just wasn't in that, that place of desire, so I went with it. And one side, I feel like looks decent. It's not quite right, the angle isn't exactly the way that it should be, but it's passable. This side though, there was no going back. The angle is all wrong and I couldn't fix it, so I stuck on a huge pair of lashes. I'm wearing Glamnetic Vixen and we're just gonna roll with it. So if it's making you crazy, I'm so sorry. It's driving me a little bit crazy too, but I'll get it one of these days. So let's go ahead and let's jump into the update. So the first product that we are going to be looking at has been in here the longest. This is my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow Duo. I'm just working on the bronzing sculpting side, and unfortunately you're not going to see too big of a difference. The middle has been worn away for a little while now. My bronzing brush is ginormous, and so it really only gets in the center. Even though it's so big, it's got kind of a point to it, so the edges just don't get hit. So I've been going through and using it as an eyeshadow. In fact, I did use it as my first transition today, not that you can tell with all the other shades that are on top of it, but I've been trying to use it in that way in addition to using it as a bronzing powder to try to get into those little nooks and crannies. So I have used it 19 times since our last update, but we still have a long ways to go on it, and I'm kind of contemplating possibly rolling it out next month if we still haven't gotten it worn away enough, because I'm just kind of over it, to be honest with you. But for the moment, we are going to continue working on it because I hate giving up on a goal. But anyway, the next item that was rolled in a couple of updates ago, there we go, is an eyeshadow. So this is from Emi Cosmetics. It is in the shade Wildflower. As you can see, it's still hanging on, especially around the edges. I only used it twice since our last update, so I'm sure that you know, plays a part in it. But I'm really very much hoping that I can buckle down on it and really get that worn away so that I can roll it out next month. This is in my 50 Shades of Purple Project Pan, so I am also trying to hit pan on it. So I think that having sort of these opposing goals on it is also a little bit frustrating, right? Because I want to put my brush in the center so that I can try to hit pan in one consistent place, but then also I'm trying to get the outsides so that I can wear away the pattern. So I just need to focus on one of those goals and hit it before I can go to the other goal. I hope that makes sense. So it's a gorgeous shadow. I really enjoy using it, but it does definitely take over the look as well. It's a very, let me give you a swatch of it. It is a very vibrant purple, which is wonderful, but it definitely is wanting to be the star of the show instead of just like a compliment. So all of that to say, I'm very much hoping that I can get this rolled out next month, even though I said that last month, I'm sure. And then also we have from Nomad Cosmetics. This is in collaboration with Sydney Bathers. This is in the shade Balmoral Beach. I really hope I'm saying that correctly. And this is where we are. It's a raised section, so we have made really, really good progress on it. It is still in there. It's not nearly as raised as it was when I brought this into the project. I did use it a total of 11 times, and it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. I think that I can probably have this rolled out within the next 2 updates, which would be very, very exciting. It looks very pink in the pan, but on my skin, it actually pulls a much lighter yellowy gold. So loving that shine, not gonna lie, loving that shine. So it has been fun to use. I'm glad that I have it in, and hopefully I can get it rolled out pretty soon. The last item that I'm working on in this project is from Physicians Formula. This is a translucent face powder. The packaging, of course, has already broken because that is what happens. This is what it's looking like. Trying to hold it so it doesn't fall open because, you know, Physicians Formula, please, please. I am not the person you're listening to, but the entire community is saying, revise your packaging, please. Okay. So I've used this powder 12 times since bringing it into this project, and I've come to the decision that I don't like this powder. I don't. It always just looks heavy and thick on my skin, whether I'm using a fluffy brush or I'm using a more dense sort of packing brush. It doesn't matter what kind of brush I use. It doesn't matter how much setting spray I use. I don't like the way that this looks on my skin. So for that reason, I think I'm going to not only be rolling it out of this project, but decluttering it from my collection as a whole. It just doesn't suit me well, and I'm hoping that I can find a better home for it. So that is kind of a bummer. I hate decluttering things. I don't do it lightly. You guys know that, but it just isn't working for me, and life is far too short to struggle through something that you don't like, especially something that is ultimately as trivial as makeup. I love makeup. I am not, you know, calling it frivolous for no reason. I'm simply saying that if it doesn't make you happy, stop. 100% stop. Do something else. And that is what we'll be doing with this powder. So I am going to be pulling in something that I purchased a while ago, but is still brand new into my collection. This is from Becca Cosmetics. This is the Light Shifter Finishing Veil. I've held off on opening this for a few different reasons. First of all, I've got other things that I was prioritizing over it. Also, with Becca closing down, I'm afraid to fall in love with it. I really am. I'm afraid to fall in love with it. But also, I have seen a lot of people on Instagram kind of complain about this formula, stating specifically that it gets hard pan rather easily. So I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about this overall. This is the packaging. This is a mirror on top. I mean, it's a full-on mirror, not just reflecting. Kind of interesting, but it's going to get all printed up really, really badly. And then this is what the actual product inside looks like. So hopefully you can tell that it's got the Becca logo printed around the edges, and then it says Light Shifter in the center. So there's lots of raised product here. So I'm hoping to, of course, get that worn away and decide how I feel about this formula. I have high hopes. I love Becca products, but I do feel like that they are very much hit or very much miss. Like when they hit the mark, it is a supreme bullseye and it is amazing. But when they miss the mark, they tend to miss it by a lot as well. So very interested to see how I feel about that product and share that progress with you guys as well. If you are working on this project, how is it going for you? I would love to know. And, you know, how do you feel about some of these? If you've used any of these products, how do you feel about them? Have you used the Physicians Formula powder or the Becca powder? And if so, let me know what you think. I love chatting with you guys down in the comments. As always, everything that I'm wearing will be linked in the description box below, as well as everything that I'm working on in this project. If you have not yet subscribed, I hope that you will consider doing so. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.